How's it going, everyone? And welcome to, well, it's probably going to be, I keep saying, I said this in the last video, probably going to be the penultimate FIFA 21 video. As we know, FIFA 22 is coming out in the next couple of weeks, and we're kind of in the final stages now of FIFA 21. We've got the 85 by 10 SBCs and the icon moments player picks, so I'm going to be pretty much sending my whole club into these over the coming days and coming week. So I thought before I do that, let's catalogue what we've done this year, have a look at the teams, give you an insight of my team and my club, and yeah, let's get into it, I guess. So let's have a look at this club. So we'll start off having a look at my Prem team. So I've got a lot of the players that I'd want this year for the Prem. There's a few notable people missing. I would have quite liked Team of the Year, or well, preferably Team of the Year, but Team of the Year or Team of the Season, Bruno Fernandes. We've got Harry Kane tots, but being a Spurs fan, I would have quite liked to have his Summer Stars as well. And I know, obviously, at this point now, if I'd done this video a few weeks ago, this probably would have looked a bit more impressive. But the fact with his 85 by 10s being out, everyone's clubs are pretty much looking like this at the moment, aren't they? But yeah, so this is pretty much my Prem team. I know we've got people like St Max and we've got Grealish who could play left wing, but being a Spurs fan and the way that the Sun card performs, it performs better than a 94. Um, but I'm pretty happy with this. Obviously, I've pretty much only used these for objectives, really. We'll get into my main team in a bit, but this is pretty much what I would have used if there was a Prem objective for weekend league or for icon swaps or whatnot. Um, the only kind of cards that I've packed since started doing the 85 by 10s is Trent. I Before this promo, I didn't have a single team of the year all year. I've managed to get a couple since. Um, I've managed to get like Neuer and Ramos, um, Alaba, not Alaba, sorry, Alfonso Davis. Um, but yeah, this is me Prem team. I suppose the only other one probably missing would be team of the year Virgil. Um, but I've packed his record breakers and that kind of thing. But obviously, knowing what the meta's like, you got to go for pace, haven't you? So these two um, do it for now. Um, that being said, let's get into the next one. So this is my Liga team. Pretty much speaks for itself. Obviously, Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar are probably well, two of, if not three of, the best players in my club. That Neymar is actually the second version of it I packed. Obviously, people who have been joining me on Twitch and checking out my videos previously will know that I packed him tradable on the day of release of his Summer Stars card. Was the only card I wanted, and then the very first pack I managed to pack him tradable, and then the following day I managed to pack him untradeable. So that was a nice a 2.5 mil coin boost to my club. Obviously the Messi SBC you guys all know about. Renato Sanchez obviously was the SBC everyone was wanting for a very long time, and we finally got that. And again, beastie card. Um, Ben Yedder, I know obviously this particular version of him. He's a version I got out in 85 by 10, but I had him from Team of the Season and absolutely loved that card when it first came out. He played over 200 games for me, had over 200 goals, like 150 assists, was almost literally two contribution to game on his card. Love that card. Obviously now he's a bit under the power curve. Atao, obviously the foot birthday version was amazing. Love that card, and obviously um, the objective to get this version was a nice addition. Obviously the Atta card, obviously the what if version was massively OP, as we all know. It says 99 pace, but pretty sure he has like 110. But yeah, this is my French league team. That Paredes is again the only card that I've actually packed um, as part of this promo that I didn't have before. Um, Before that, I would have probably played my Carlos Alberto there if I needed to, or if I'm going for a full French team. We had some of the lower French league tots cards, but one of the only cards I wanted to obviously give the Argentinian link to Messi and stuff, and obviously we got it. But obviously for this team, we don't need to worry about that. We can then dip into my Serie A team. Again, it is what it is. I've not really been a massive fan of my Serie A players this year. Obviously, there's a few notable exceptions. Obviously, like Ronaldo, when I've used his the loan card. To be honest, it's the only kind of top end card I haven't packed a version of this year is Ronaldo. I've packed like two or three different versions of Mbappe. Packed a couple of different versions of Neymar. Got the UCL version of Messi a few months back. But Ronaldo haven't packed him at all, so that would have been nice. But obviously we've got the showdown cards, which are nice additions to the team. Obviously Dybala and the Smalling and El Shari footies SBCs helped, because otherwise this team would have been pretty naff. Chiesa, Lukaku packed yesterday out of 85 by 10, but pretty good. It's like an average looking squad, isn't it? It's like there's nothing here that really stands out, and you'd probably put in your main team if you had a choice of anyone. But he did the job for objectives and that when I needed it. My La Liga team. So obviously defense is pretty beastly with the Militao and Ramos, Oblak and Jordi Alba quartet here makes up a chunk of my my main team as well. And obviously you got people like Acuna and this Modric, both amazing cards. Hazard's obviously rating's good, and obviously got the upgrades for the Path to Glory, but he's not amazing. I don't really feel like he plays like a 98 when I've used him, but again, that could be me. I'm not, as you can see from my record on the home screen, I'm not the best at FIFA. I'm pretty much a 1 in 2 game winner. But he just doesn't feel as nice as or even like 91 Wehrman or well, Silas, I should say now, or even Vasquez. To be honest, when I played Vasquez at right wing, he felt actually nicer to play with than Hazard. Yeah, coming off the bench in my main team with his pace and his low centre of gravity, he does do a job. But I just kind of feel like there's better out there for for the card. Um, been quite a few SBCs this year for I leave out the flashbacks. We had obviously Dembele and Coutinho and Cruz and whatnot, but again now they're a bit behind the power curve. A lot of my foot champs picks this year have tended to come from La Liga. Not that there's many left in my club now. Most of them went into those upgrades to get like Hwang, which was amazingly fun and a good nice reward from EA. Um, and then if we get on to the final top five league team squad, we are into the Bundesliga. So the Neuer team of the year, as I mentioned, I packed him fairly recently. I had the team of the season version in here. EA like to like to gauge you, don't they? So I had his team of the season. I then from a red pick got his red pick version, and then out of the rewards, out of the packs for those rewards, I also then packed the team of the year. So it was kind of like an absolute waste of taking the red pick, but it is what it is. Obviously Kimmich and Davis as well. Great additions to the team, but again at this point of the year, it's immaterial, isn't it? They're not realistically going to get used anymore. I doubt I'll probably ever play another game of FIFA 21. Sancho, that Lua card is beastie. Goretzka, you wait all year for him, and I've packed him I think 6 or 7 times over the last since those 85x10s have come out. That Tap Sober card was a great SBC. I know for months after that first come out, he was literally in everyone's team. Strong, quick, great long ball. To be honest, a big chunk of this year I did have a Bundesliga base to my team. Obviously the this version of Kimmich, but obviously I had the team of the season version as well, and we've also got the SBC version, which I ran with for a while, at right wing. But yeah, there've been quite a few decent cards in the Bundesliga this year. Obviously we had the Royce for birthday card, which like for the first week it came out was brilliant, and then that seemed to get nerfed by EA, like a lot of the good SBC cards do. But the Bundes has given us some, like they said, this Mbabu card, for instance. Like I'm still sure up until like the last few weeks of foot chats, people were still playing that centre back. Was a great card. But yeah, the Bundes has been good this year for cards. Be interesting to see what happens in FIFA 22 with people like Sabitzer and stuff moving to Bayern, and obviously Sancho coming to Man United. Whether they actually finally boost people like Haaland and give them the stats they need to make the Bundes players a bit more usable across the board. But be interesting to see what happens with that. We will then get into we'll have a look at the icons that I've packed a lot more icons than this year. A lot of them have gone into SBCs fairly recently because they were obviously prime versions, and obviously I've packed them the moments version, or they just weren't ever going to get anywhere near my team. Like this Eusebio card, for instance, I know that he's one of the worst versions of Eusebio because he hasn't got the custom body type. But I know when I first got him from the player pick, I think it was the very first icon player pick they released. Massively chuffed with that, and we'll look at the record. Obviously, he's played a hell of a lot of games for me. He's one of those cards that he's a bit of a club legend. I can't really get rid of him, even though realistically he could be good fodder for completing an SBC. Obviously, I don't need to tell you about these players. Obviously, you all know who they are. Obviously, Makaleli was an SBC, but again, played a lot of games for me. Most of these ones here have come fairly recently. Baggio and Perlo, I end up getting 2 or 3 times over the space of the the week or the 2 weeks after the Euros final, which was very nice of EA to rub that in. Obviously, Mateus, great card. Carlos, brilliant left back. Carlos Alberto again came from a player pick, which was nice. And obviously, a few weeks after that, they then released the SBC for him. Thierry Henry, I know he gets a lot of stick on this game. I had, I didn't really have any interest in doing his SBC until they had one weekend league where they needed French players, and obviously, I was one decent French player short at that time, so I did the SBC for that. And was massively surprised. He did a good job for me. He was a lot better than I was anticipating. Cruyff, obviously, at the beginning of the game, as soon as they released the moments cards and whatnot, he's one of the one cards that everyone wants. Did the SBC for him, and then I've been offered him 3 or 4 times this week in SBCs, and I've taken other people instead. So I think I actually had him in the same player pick as Eto, and I had him in the same player pick as who was it? I had one. I think it was the same as Van Nistelrooy, but obviously when it comes to, I already had him. He's not tradable. In terms of kind of the rating, there's not much difference between a 95 and a 93 at this stage of the game, especially when I've got so much other fodder in my club anyway. So just took Van Nistelrooy anyway. Felt extremely dirty to do so, but it is what it is. But yeah, again, most of these are probably going to go into SBCs over the next week. I might end up sticking them all in to Ronaldinho. I did start doing Ronaldinho, and then they released the Messi SBC, and then they released the Ronaldo SBC, which I didn't end up doing because it was just too expensive. But yeah, that's my kind of icon luck this year. I've been lucky at points, and then other points I've been absolutely ruined. And then to round this all up, this is my main team. So I've got 197, not far off of 198. I think I'm probably 199 Ronaldo away from being probably a 198. But this is pretty much the team I've run with for the last, well, up until Messi was released. I had pretty much the same team, but I was can't remember who I had. I think I was playing. Oh yeah, I was playing Bobby Firmino in the team instead. And obviously because didn't have Paredes, then I had Carlos Alberto. I was getting the link from that for Firmino. But yeah, this is my end game team for FIFA 21. Neymar, great card. Messi, obviously great card, great player. Firmino cards, awesome. Obviously Foden. I've not actually tried that Lukaku card out yet. Probably won't. But for rating, he's got into the squad. That Kante card's beastie. Obviously Nani. Most of you know about that SBC that came out the other week for the All Stars game. But yeah, that's me. And I thought obviously for the fact is I need an Argentinian manager for Kem. We'll choose the Argentinian that looks the most like he's dissatisfied to be in the team, because obviously, as most of us know, most of us have been quite dissatisfied with EA and FIFA this year. So fingers crossed, FIFA 22 is better. Hopefully, when I'm doing another kind of rundown of my team at the end of FIFA 22, it's just as good as this, if not better. Obviously, there's only a few players that could make this team realistically better. Obviously, like a Moments R9 or a 99 Ronaldo. But overall, I'm happy with the team I've managed to put together this year. Every single player in all of those squads is untradeable. Come from packing them or from an SBC. Not a single player in any of those squads is a player I've bought. The only time I bought players this year was purely to stick them in SBCs or for Chem for objectives, and then straight away they would have been sold again. But yeah, every player packed or crafted. So all in all, I'm quite happy with this year's team. Um, Let me know how your teams are in the comments, and hopefully I'll see you all again for FIFA 22. Hopefully with some good teams and some decent players and some decent pools and SBCs and whatnot. But for now, if you've stuck around for the full 20 minutes this video's been, I appreciate it. And I'll catch you later. Goodbye.